Go ahead and sign in.
You need a pen?
Mom says I'm so contagious.
Skip the chaos and the germs. Log in to waitfromhome.com. See wait times at over 15 UMC clinics. And when it's time to come in, we'll call or text. Skip the wait. Waitfromhome.com.
Welcome to the RedRaiders.com postgame show brought to you by UMC Health Systems. I'm Don Williams from the Avalanche-Journal alongside our sports editor, Nick Talbot. We're coming to you from Jones AT&T Stadium, where on Saturday, Texas Tech knocks off Iowa State in a big way, and the Red Raiders 776 yards total offense. That's a modern era school record. Actually, the guy who authored the previous school record, B.J. Simmons, was on the sideline today. Tech had 775 against Iowa State in 2003. But the story in this one today, Nick, is the Red Raiders big played the Cyclones to death.
Yes, they did. They had 6 touchdowns of more than 30 yards, 5 different players. The first one that got them really going, got the offense going, and kind of showed what they were going to do today was Jakeem Grant. Made a great catch. He was wide open down the sideline. Mahomes found him. But it became the big play when Jakeem cut back inside, or he cut outside, and then he went back inside and really made an amazing play, outrunning almost every single defensive back Iowa State could throw out there. They probably could have thrown the coach out there, Paul Rhodes, a couple other players. He still would have outran them too. And that was kind of the theme for the day. They simply outran them. Justin Stockton had a 54-yard run. Even fourth-string running back DeMarcus Felton at the end of the game, the tack-on touchdown, 53 yards though. It was play after play. Reginald Davis had a 33-yard touchdown catch. That maybe wasn't a touchdown catch. I don't know if he actually got his foot down, but counted on the scoreboard. Referees even went to the cameras and said it was a touchdown, so it counted.
And you forgot that play about officially a 37-yarder, but Patrick Mahomes ran all the way back to La Mesa pretty much.
Oh yeah,
because the pressure steps out of a sack and then turns it loose to
and then he turned it loose. I mean, yeah, he stepped up, was about to get sacked at the 45. Pulled back into the 50, chucked that thing down. I mean, it really just looked like he chucked it, but there were 3 Texas Tech wide receivers. Jakeem Grant just happened to be the guy standing there to catch that ball. It was really impressive day. Like you said, 776 yards. It seemed like half of those were on big plays. The other one we haven't mentioned is DeAndre Washington's 49-yard. Really, it was just a little screen pass that he was able to take to the house. He caught in the sideline. I believe he cut back in too, and that's what they did well today. They really found the holes in the defense, and running after the catch. Jakeem Grant made his after the catch. DeAndre Washington made his after the catch. They found the holes and then exploited them when able to outrun the Iowa State off that defense. And what really pinned this game down, though, we can talk about the big plays and all these amazing catches, but really pinned it down though, second half defense and turnovers, Don.
Yeah, and Texas Tech gets 3 takeaways from its defense, and that's one of the things I'm kind of will be writing about this evening. Red Raiders 4-2, and the 4 wins they've come up with 11 takeaways, and the 2 losses they've come up with only 1 takeaway. Curious in visiting with guys, how difficult is it to impose your will against those good teams, because they're going to need more of those turnovers in the second half of the season, where you're talking about games that are more or less toss-up games. When you're talking about West Virginia, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, Texas in Austin,
maybe even Oklahoma now.
Yeah, well, maybe even Oklahoma now with the way the Sooners looked on Saturday. But you're gonna need more of those picks and more of those strip fumbles. They didn't get them against TCU and Baylor. They got them again today. Actually, 3 interceptions, and you could have had, probably maybe 7 interceptions. How many plays did Tech players make diving efforts at that were just out of their reach or just off their hands? That sort of thing. Quite a few of those.
And they had quite a few of those against Baylor and TCU. They just didn't make them.
Yeah, and one of the things today though that we saw. The good thing was was all the takeaways. The bad thing was the defense gave up a bunch of big plays, especially to the running back Mike Warren, who broke up the middle for let's say 46-yarder, 51-yarder, 17-yarder. He gets 245 on you. Quentin Bundridge, the wide receiver, makes a couple of big plays. So, that's nothing really new with this Texas Tech offense, Texas Tech defense, giving up 495. So you got to have those. The picks and the fumbles to offset that, and also just from an emotional standpoint to kind of keep your team fired up as opposed to just getting steamrolled.
Absolutely. Wyatt McCorn looks like the real deal, though, for a freshman at Iowa State. He's going to be good for a couple of more years at least.
And he's a kid from Lawton, Oklahoma, too. And I tweeted about that during the game. That's where Texas Tech had a couple of former Texas Tech players from Lawton, Harrison Jeffers and Jake Ratliff. It would have been nice if they could have gotten him. Now, some folks pointed out to me, well, Tech got Justin Stockton that class and also got DeMarcus Felt in that class, and they ran for a couple of touchdowns that were longer than 50 yards as well. So,
hey, take what you can get. For Don Williams, this is Nicholas Talbot.
I might add one more.
You're going to add one more? You're going to
quick.
cut me off. You want to keep going, Don.
Well, I was going to say, Jakeem Grant.
It was a big 66-31 win.
Yeah.
We got a lot to talk about.
I was going to say, though, a couple of notes. Jakeem Grant set a career high today for total yards receiving. And then late in the game, he took a big shot to the head from a 296-pound nose tackle. He was down, and the first thought is concussion. What terrible, bad luck for the receiving corps. He did get up, come off, and then Cliff Kingsbury said after the game, Jakeem Grant he was okay, cleared the concussion protocol, said if it had been a close game, Jakeem could have gone back in. And they did, he did have his helmet back. Usually if a guy has a concussion, he doesn't, they take the helmet away. He did have his helmet back, and he was kidding around with teammates on the sideline there late in the game. So
that's
good news for
always good to see.
Yeah, especially for a receiving corps that's already been down three of its four starters, and did not have Devin Lauderdale out there today. But again, they go off for 776 yards even without Devin Lauderdale. So good sign for the Red Raiders.
Ian Sadler and Dylan Cantrell and a host of other wide receivers they've lost this season.
Okay, now we can wrap.
Now we can wrap it up. I'm Nicholas Talbot. This is Donald Williams. Be sure to check out RedRaiders.com. We'll have tons of information. I got a column. He is going to have a writing column. Got the gamer notes, player of the game, quote of the game. We'll have all that up. Check out the Lubbock Avalanche-Journal tomorrow. Thanks for joining us at Jones Stadium today.